here and welcome to Play PKN, the weekly video bulletin of the top news stories on PKN Packaging News, Australia's media hub for the packaging industry. I'm PKN's publisher Lindy Hewson, and this week's episode, the first for 2026, is brought to you by Filton Packaging, a trusted Australian manufacturer of flexible packaging, combining cutting-edge print technology with tailored film and bag solutions to elevate your brand. We start this week with news that a buyer has been confirmed for ailing Pro-Pac Packaging Group, which entered voluntary administration in October last year. The Australian and New Zealand businesses of Pro-Pac, except for the Perfection Packaging business, have been sold to Consolidated Packaging Australia, a subsidiary of privately owned investment company Knox Corp. Administrator McGrath-Nicholl confirmed sale of Pro-Pac's Australian operations and assets is expected to complete by early March, while the New Zealand business's sale will complete by the end of January, with all jobs being transferred. In the case of Perfection Packaging, however, the operation in Dandenong, Victoria is being wound down and is due to close in February 2026. Knox Corp is headed by Jim Knox, and it says it looks forward to developing the Pro-Pac business and confirmed that it will make significant investments in machinery, noting that local manufacturing is essential to customers' supply chains. Next, over the summer, pressure has continued to build on the federal government to act on packaging reform amid warnings about the future of Australia's plastics recycling sector. The Australian Council of Recycling, ACOR, has called for urgent action, with CEO Suzanne Tumbaru warning that without strong markets for locally recycled plastics, Australia risks repeating Europe's experience, where cheap imports and falling demand have forced recycling plant closures. ACOR said Australia uses more than 1.3 million tonnes of plastic packaging each year, yet more than 1 million tonnes still ends up landfilled or littered, despite local recyclers having the capability to process recyclable plastics. An economic analysis by Rennie Advisory for ACOR and the Australian Packaging Covenant Organisation found that introducing stronger packaging rules, including mandatory design standards, recyclability and recycled content, could deliver significant benefits, and these include reduced plastic pollution, increased investment, job creation and lower emissions, while adding just 0.1% to product costs through a fee-based extended producer responsibility scheme. APCO CEO Chris Foley, in support of ACOR's call, said nationally consistent rules are needed to reward companies already investing in better packaging and to deliver real environmental and economic outcomes. Now, these calls were reinforced this week by the Productivity Commission, which urged government to publish its proposed packaging regulatory reforms without delay. In its report, Australia's Circular Economy Unlocking the Opportunities, the Commission said timely action is critical to maintain reform momentum and build industry and community confidence. The Boomerang Alliance backed the call, with Director Jeff Angel saying delays risk business failures in the recycling sector and the loss of jobs, investment and environmental gains. Turning to Queensland, Container Exchange has appointed Trevor Evans as interim CEO. COEX, Container Exchange, manages Queensland's Containers for Change container deposit scheme, which has returned more than 11 billion containers since 2018, delivering $1.1 billion in refunds to the community. However, the appointment comes as the scheme remains under parliamentary scrutiny following an inquiry into its failure to meet legislated recovery targets. Evans will lead the organisation until a permanent appointment is made later this year. Then in some industry news, Schutz Australia has expanded its circular packaging capabilities through the acquisition of Container Save and Drum Savers in Victoria. The move adds washing and reconditioning capacity on Australia's east coast, complementing Schutz Australia's existing operations in the west. Managing Director Alan Barham said the acquisition strengthens the company's national circular packaging offering, allowing it to better support customers seeking reuse and recycling solutions for industrial packaging. Then in some innovation news, Avantium, Netherlands-based, and Packamama have partnered to introduce a plant-based polymer into wine packaging. Under a capacity reservation agreement, Packamama will secure future volumes of Avantium's plant-based polymer PEF, branded as Relief, for use in lightweight flat pack wine bottles. The partnership is supported by a $1 million Australian government grant awarded to Packamama under the Business Research and Innovation Initiative. And in some awards news, the World Packaging Organization has revealed the WorldStar Global Packaging Awards for 2026, with 234 winners selected from 481 entries across 36 countries. 7 ANZ companies have received 11 WorldStar awards this time. AIP Executive Director Nerida Kilton said international recognition is becoming increasingly competitive, with only winners of the Australasian Packaging Innovation and Design Awards, that's the PIDAs, eligible to enter. And on that note, entry has opened for the PIDA 2026 round with a closing date of the 27th of February. You can find out more on the AIP website. Well, that's all we have time for today, folks. For more on these and other stories, head over to packagingnews.com.au, and thank you, as ever, for watching.